Morning, Tiffany. Hello, Eric.
Morning.
How you doing?
Pretty good.
I like your picture.
Oh, thank you.
No, Tiffany, where are you? You're out west somewhere?
I'm in Chatham County, right in
Where's
the
that?
central.
I don't know Chatham.
It's right next to Wake County and Orange County, or between
Oh, gotcha.
NC
I
State and
gotcha.
UNC. Yeah.
Is it a rural county or more suburban?
It's becoming suburban. It's was rural. There's the western part of the county is more rural, and then the east side is more suburban.
I gotcha. Huh. Interesting. I grew up in basically Fairfax County, Virginia, and when I was a little kid, which was in the late 60s, early 70s, it was actually quite rural. Tyson's Corner, which is now a giant shopping mall and a very crowded place, was a farm, and they had a roadside stand and sold fruits and vegetables, and well, the whole area was just very rural at that time. McLean and Great Falls, which are now kind of super high-end real estate type places, was redneck and simple when I was a kid.
That's how Chatham used to be. Yeah.
Yeah, so I know exactly what you're talking about. I mean, I go up there, my kids still live up there, and I didn't even know what to think. It bears no resemblance to when I lived there. So it's just the nature, I guess, of certain areas. That's what happens.
Yeah. Well, RTP has run out of space, so they're moving into Chatham now.
Yeah. Hey, Allison. Hey, Grant, Kime. How y'all doing?
Good morning. We're doing well.
All right. Grant, you alive there, buddy?
Barely.
Come on, man. Wake up. Jeez. These damn college kids, 9:30 is like 4 a.m, right?
Well, I woke up at 9:25. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, you guys have it made though. We used to, when I was in college, not to tell too many stories on myself, but there was no parking anywhere near our dorm. It was, I went to James Madison University, and there was zero parking. So if you had to get somewhere fast, like a class, you basically had to run. You couldn't drive. Although I did develop a bit of a reputation for parking in the faculty lot, getting a fair amount of tickets, and then you couldn't register for the next semester if you had outstanding tickets. So they had these 3 ladies that worked in the ticket place, and they used to wait for me to show up every semester just to see what stories I would tell about why I got the tickets. And they would waive them every time. I never paid for a ticket, but they would all gather around and I would make stuff up, as crazy as I could make them. They loved it. They would just laugh. It was a funny little thing that I did, among many funny little things. So anyway, well, what I wanted to do real quick was to go over this product hunt. I was really amazed. I had never really paid much attention to it. It turns out there is a tremendous amount of tools and other things for free that are available there. So I'm just going to kind of go over them really quickly, or just kind of point them out. So it's producthunt.com. And in this case here, I'm on the products page. So if you go to the products page, you'll see that they have all kinds of material. You can browse through products, products that people in the community felt are helpful for their business, which I thought was cool. Time travel, blah, blah, blah. So here they have all kinds of kind of lists of things that people have found helpful in running their business. So here, this woman, Elizabeth Yin, she's a fairly well-known venture capital person. She lists the tools that she uses to run her day and run her business. Here's one that's tools for email marketing. And what's interesting about this is a lot of these I have never heard of before. And it could mean that they're new or newer. I'm not sure. But anyway, I thought you all would find this to be of interest. Software as a service tools for business owners, different apps for editing video. What should you have on your phone if you have an iPhone? Just all kinds of stuff. One of the things here that we have not talked about, and I really think it's going to be a really big deal. So there is a whole class of software out now that does not require coding to build apps and to build websites and so forth. So, it's the kind of thing where you probably have to spend some time on it. I've spent a little bit of time on it, but here is a list of what they consider the best no-code tools. So you can see here, there's a whole bunch of them. I played around a little bit with Flutterflow, mostly because it also builds mobile apps without coding, which is kind of cool. So anyway, there's a ton of them on here that you might find helpful, or you might find an intern or somebody, it does not require coding. So for example, Mode Magic, we power Shopify storefronts with no code store block. So you can add all kinds of functionality to your Shopify site without having to code it, which I think is pretty interesting. But there's a whole bunch here, a whole bunch listed. Many of I just never heard of. There's reviews and so forth. So I just think that's pretty cool that they have all these resources. I did not know about this. This one we've been talking about, how do you use Twitter? So here's all kinds of little ideas or tools to help you use Twitter more effectively, in this case, which I'm a big fan of. AI apps, how to improve your search engine optimization, calendars, just all kinds of stuff here. I don't know, meditation tools. I don't know if you've ever done any kind of mock-up. Sometimes when you go to raise money, you might use a mock-up to show the investor what your plan is, because you need the money to build the app or the website. So mock-ups are very popular with investors, if you ever run into that. So let's just see what else we got here. I'm just kind of strolling through it here. All kinds of different ones. Favorite apps, $0 design tools, writing apps, all kinds of stuff. It goes on and on and on and on. So anyway, it's just a resource for you. This is kind of cool. Founder stories. It's basically learning about what people have been through and so forth. So how they got there, things that happened, careers, all that kind of stuff. So anyway, I did want to bring that up to you. There's also a community here, discussions, stories, events, tools. Here's the one that we talked about, this product ship. It's not about shipping your product, it's about launching and shipping your idea. So they got a lot of interesting stuff here. Landing pages, embeddable email forms. I don't know about you, but sometimes it's complicated. If you even want to just have a one-pager, let's say you're doing some kind of promotion and you want people to leave their email, that's a pain from a technical perspective. So this tool enables you to just drag and drop. You don't have to code it. You can add your logo, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. So it's pretty cool, the things that can be done. And some people use landing pages with their advertising. So rather than trying to drive people to your website in general, where they could potentially get lost, right? If they didn't, if they're looking around, you can have a landing page that is responsive to the ad, and then you can send them somewhere on your website or wherever you want them to go. But landing pages are pretty effective indirect marketing. So I think they have a free version and then one you pay for. So anyway, producthunt.com, and you'll see the the products on there. So hey Ruth, how are you? Allison, Bob. So, hey Ruth.
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm okay. You traveling the state, pushing that strawberry jam or that lemon or whatever the heck it is?
No, I'm in the kitchen cooking madly.
Oh,
Got to make
okay.
more of that stuff.
All right. Well, I'm glad you're making it. Bob, I understand you had knee surgery. Is that right?
No, not me. Gail did.
Oh, Gail did. Okay. Is she okay?
Yeah, she's fine. We're back at home. The leg
Good.
has to be immobilized for 3 weeks, the doctor wants.
Oh,
So
man.
just hobbling along, a total knee replacement.
You're going to be busy, Bob. Is all I can say.
Yes, I've already been busy. Yeah. I wanted to ask you, what was that quote you said you do whenever somebody's like wants to start an argument or something?
Well, it's not necessarily start an argument. It's just when they respond to your first question, just say to them, I understand that. In addition to that, is there anything else on your mind?
In addition to that, yep, got it.
Yep. Yeah, use it exactly like that. You'll feel fake, and it won't feel like it really works. It's insane how well it works. I cannot tell you. I have a laundry list of stories of things that have happened to me when I've used that phrase.
There, Gail tried that on somebody the other day, and it like shut them up. They didn't know what to say.
Well, the answer then is the guy had nothing on his mind.
Yeah.
He had some talking point that he wanted to blab, and that was it. So.
Yep.
Hey, Allison, you alive over there making the freezer jam?
Yeah, well, I've got it in my freezer, and it's only seasonal, which is unfortunate, but yeah, doing pretty good this year so far.
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. All right. Hey, Denise, you doing okay?
Oops. I am. Thank you.
Yeah, you're not driving today. The scene
Not
looks
driving
different.
today. That's right. That's right. Sorry for the little bit of chaos I created yesterday on video, if that was a distraction or anything.
No problem at all.
Yeah.
Hey, Dawn, are you on here? I see Dawn on here, but
Hey.
there she is. Yeah.
We're open
How's it go-
Saturday. I'm just getting stuff ready for that this morning.
For what now? I'm sorry, I missed it.
I'm open, my little pop shop that I do once a month. I'm
Oh,
open.
cool.
I'm kind of cleaning the front.
Oh, wow. Cool.
This is kind of what my little shop looks like.
Oh, neat.
And I'll close.
When is your show today?
It's not today. I think I'm gonna do it next week.
Okay. Make sure you tell me. Make sure you
Okay.
tell me so I can ask you impossible questions and tell you how high your prices are and stuff like that. I'll be a pain.
Well, why don't you go ahead and tell me that now before I get online?
Well, because I want to make life difficult for you. That's all.
Well, I'm planning to do it. Definitely planning to do it next week, just to kind of get my feet wet and get a feel for it. And go from there. So I'm gonna set up the storefront since I have my sale this Saturday. So I'll have all my products out, and I'll just kind of do what like Cherry Orchid does, and just kind of bring them out for the first show, and just kind of get familiar. Just try something.
Yeah, that's right. It's I heard a quote from somebody said that the master has failed more times than a regular person has even tried, period.
Yes. Yes.
So you gotta pay the price and figure it out, just like anything else.
Yeah.
Can I ask a quick question? So do you do a pop-up shop like once a month, like at your shop? Is that what you're saying?
I do, because on that Saturday, I offer baked goods. So I have a bakery case full of baked goods, and that's the only time that I do that. So the other time I'm doing my packaged products like the cheese straws, the spices, and some other things.
Okay.
But now as we're going into the holiday season, so I'll be open
Okay.
today, and then November, I'll probably start open in the middle of November every weekend through December.
And what do you find are good times of day for like to get the traffic to you?
10 to 2.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, my first day was like 8 o'clock. Nobody's up at 8 o'clock. So I said, why am I doing that to myself? So we're doing 10 to 2. Just make it quick. Some days if I sell out before then, I'll try to spread the word. I stay open just because I have packaged product goods, but I have had that happen before. Yay, that's good.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen all the time, but it's just fun because I'm kind of out in the country. And so my shop's separate from my house, so I'm inspected commercially, but the community has really come around to support me. It is really exciting. So, and that's just that's more of my hobby love. Like I love to bake. So I take those funds to kind of help contribute to what I'm doing on the other side. Because as you know, a lot of money to do everything. So
How's it going with your website, your new website?
it's going good. And Dennis, I'm gonna send you once I get the final copy. I'm working on new packaging for my cheese straw bags. And I'm really excited about that. I joined Fair and I started shipping wholesale, and it started going so good in the beginning, but I ended up having to replace over half the orders because shipping with a window bag, I don't know if it was I don't think it was just because it's summer. Some people think it's because it's hot and the butter heated up in the cheese straws and it smeared the bag. But the cheese straws just looked disheveled in the bag when they arrived, and it had that feel like you could tell they rubbed the window of the bag, and it really took away from my product. And I wouldn't let them put it on. I didn't want them to put it on the shelf. So, and I've been working on this for a while. I want a bag that has a high clarity image, a really nice looking bag with no window. And really like what the guys come up with. That's been a little long process, but the new guy I got connected with is awesome. And so I'm hoping to have the final by the end of this week, first part of next week, and then I'll get them printed. And I think it's like 15 days for print. So, baby steps. I got delayed with another company for 2 months waiting on a design. And I think that was just meant that didn't work because this other guy has really done, I think he's done a phenomenal job. So I'm excited about that. So a lot of things are going on, just a lot of exciting things, but baby steps. Every time I take a step forward, I take like 5 back, but I think that's part of the process.
Yeah, I think it sounds like you have an opportunity for a launch campaign for your new cheese straw bag.
I do. I don't know how to do that. Like I'm trying to, I don't really know what to do. I did my first email campaign just to let people know about my pop-up shop. So I'm just trying to get familiar with that because I did end up going with Klaviyo because everybody I talk to says go with Klaviyo, hands down. If you're in the business to need one and don't already have one, that's where they would go. So I did do that. And so just working through some processes, but I'll get there. I'm a little late in the season because my bags are coming late, but everything happens for a reason. So I'm good. I'm not going to stress about it. We're going to be good.
Well, if you get a chance to watch yesterday's class,
okay,
which is recorded on YouTube, you will be taken by the hand on how to do launch campaigns. It'll be, it's pretty in depth and it's really easy to follow. I think you'll enjoy it.
Awesome. Yeah. Cause I need all the help I can get. There's not enough time in the day. So
yeah.
Got to use a little bit you have. So, but I appreciate it. And Dennis, I appreciate your help with Pop Shop because I was struggling with that a little bit.
Well, the entire organization, all my contacts were either fired or quit. I mean,
Oh, wow.
everyone I was working with was gone. So I thought they were going out of business. These people were all from Uber. They had done really well at Uber, and they were brought in to grow Pop Shop. And when they were all gone, I figured they ran out of money or something. But it turns out they just have all new people. So Jack Nails was able to kind of figure that out. So we have a new person who happens to be from the same town my wife's daughter lives in London. and
Oh,
so we have a good connection there with that town. It's a little small town in London. And she also goes to the place where all these people go sailing. So we had a little bit in common. So hopefully she'll be able to help us get this done. The other piece of news, and we talked about this briefly. I think some of you may have tried Talk Shop Live, which is another platform different than Pop Shop Live. They just announced a major deal with TikTok. So they're actually going to become the video e-commerce for TikTok, believe it or not. So that's something to look into for you all as well. You may already have a Talk Shop Live account, but they just announced that a couple weeks ago that they were going to be, rather than TikTok building their own solution, they're partnering with Talk Shop Live for this holiday season. So that's another potential channel. We don't talk a lot about it, but I think, the other thing to take a look at, I don't know if Amazon is right for everybody, but there's so many marketplaces now that you might be able to try, like Walmart, which I'm personally think Walmart is very interesting because they're trying to compete. They're trying to get in the game with Amazon. So you might find that they give you better terms or promote you more. I don't know. I haven't really dug into it, but Walmart, Target, of course, Etsy, eBay. There's so many marketplaces now. There may be some that would help you in your business. I don't know. I have not really dug into it, but one of the problems that some of you probably have run across, and that is that a lot of the advertising you may have done in the past, especially on Facebook, doesn't work anymore. It just doesn't work. It's kind of floppy is the best word to use, I guess. But so the solution to that is really to build your own customer base and your own data and get your own kind of thing together. But that also costs a lot of money to do that. So one possibility is to work with marketplaces that allow you to get the customer's name and email address, which Walmart does. A lot of them do now. Even Amazon does now, believe it or not. So that's just something to keep in mind. There's another, especially with the holidays, you might, we talked about newsjacking. Maybe you have your own Prime sale, right? To kind of leverage what Amazon is doing or something like that. So, these are things to think about. And I also wanted to throw it out. If anybody had any questions for me that we could talk about, happy to answer anything that you all have or concerns that you have about your business or about the class. Anything. I welcome your input.
I got a question. Does
Hey, Dawn.
did anybody get that email for the produce box? Can anybody shine some light on that? Anything?
Well, I'll tell you what I know for what it's worth. So Produce Box is a company outside of Raleigh that has a real close relationship with the Got to Be NC people. That's how I met them, through Jack Nails. And they have a big operation. It's a really big warehouse, and they ship out boxes of produce and other stuff. I think I heard they have 8,000 customers that get their box or whatever, their packages. So it's really a direct-to-consumer delivery service more than anything else. They've been around quite a few years. I've met the CEO and the operations people. Seem very, very nice, and they're very focused on getting good quality food to people. That's kind of their thing that they're trying to do. I think that if you look at the vendors on there on Produce Box, you'll recognize a lot of them. A lot of them are well-known in the Triangle area. She's primarily just in the Triangle area. I think she may be Wilmington also. I'm not quite sure. I know she's trying to expand. But I've heard nothing but positive things, from Jack Nails and from others that have worked with them.
Do you think that's anything that I should look into with my product, or do you think that's,
Yeah, I mean, you can, it's not that hard to look into it. Let them do all the work and tell you why, you should do it with them, because you don't know, right? You don't know them. So I would inquire to them and say, hey, what do you think?
okay.
How would this work? And let them sell you on it.
So
Can I jump in on a
Good.
little? I
Please.
did work with them on a couple of things, and they changed how they purchase from us as artisans about 2 years ago. So previously, what they would do is they would guarantee that they wanted to purchase this many of whatever from you. And now what they are doing is they put their menu out to their customers on whatever day. I think it's on Friday. And then all those customers have until Sunday night at 10 o'clock to order. They start packaging Monday morning at 7 o'clock. So, and they're not going to guarantee you ahead of time. They're only going to give you an email. They'll give you an email update as the weekend goes to say, okay, you sold this many, or you sold this many, or this many. And then you go in and look after 10 o'clock at night on Sunday night to see how many total were sold. And then you have to get them to them beginning Monday morning at 7 for their Tuesday shipments, and then Wednesday morning at 7, or Tuesday morning at 7 for their Wednesday, Thursday shipment. So for me, I don't have a shelf stable product, and I can't wait till 10 o'clock at night to bake all that many. But if you have a shelf stable product, those of you that do, it could be really great. I will tell you, they're wanting to get it from you at a price where they can still mark it up 60 to 65%. So it drove, that's one of the things that really made it hard for me. Now, I will say that was a year ago. And so my thought was, when I saw their appeal for like vendors and stuff to submit, my thought was maybe they realized that that didn't work and they might need to, maybe they have made some changes because it kind of made it hard for those of us who are artisans to get in.
Because you still got to get it to them. So like, if they said, oh, I need 10 bags of cheese straws, I got to get up Monday morning and take it to them, right?
Right.
Or use Walmart Go Local.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
someone has to
so-
bake it. Someone has to bake it. Right.
So I chime in. I think they're actually after something a little different with that note. So they actually have distribution pretty much across North Carolina. And it works for me because their warehouse, as Dennis mentioned, is right on the edge of Raleigh. And so I can take them stuff in less than a half an hour. And then they have been wonderful in delivering for me to Wilmington, to Charlotte, at a fraction of the cost of what I was doing with the post office. And so I think what they're really after is to fill up their distribution channels to
Agreed.
deliver stuff like Walmart Local, more than selling stuff. And I've talked with them about selling stuff, and right now I can't deal with it, but they are wonderful for distribution.
Okay.
And so if it would work for you to get the stuff to them, and the way it works is they have a specific day, like they do Wilmington on Wednesdays. And so I would need to get the stuff to them to deliver to Wilmington by noon on Tuesday, which is fine. I don't mind that. And it's working for me because I was going out to Facebook for some orders that were huge or hard to mail, and, seeing if I could find a friend, and that's not sustainable. But, they have the regular thing. And so I had one customer in Charlotte, and they're west of Charlotte, and they're a creamery. They deliver to Charlotte, but not on the day that the Produce Box people were there. So what they did is they delivered my stuff to a neighborhood associate. That's what they call the people who deliver, or their ambassadors. And then that person met the creamery person the next day. It's amazing. and they did it at a fraction of the cost of the post office. So
Okay.
I'm a big fan, and we had a board meeting on with Specialty Foods last week, and I talked with the marketing person, Brianna, don't remember her last name. She replaced Sherry Barefoot. And Brianna then is working with Courtney, who is the CEO and founder of Produce Box.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that email, and that's why, I kind of wanted to check into it just to see if it was anything they thought would be good for them, a good partnership or whatever.
Yeah, I agree with everything
Yeah.
you said, Ruth. I think it's the key is, do you have a shelf stable product, and can you arrange with them to do those deliveries when you need them done, or are you selling to their customers and then you're going to be like having to figure out how to pinch hit that at the last minute. So yeah.
Yeah.
But they don't come.
And
they
I'm
come-
not selling to them and
So
their
you're just
customers
selling
at
your
this
stuff
point.
to people and then they're distributing it for you is what you're saying.
Yeah, they're in the post office for me. Yeah.
I love that. I love that piece. Thanks for sharing that.
That I think works well. Now, the other thing, there's a whole lot of mess to it. They've got a whole process. They want the vendors to go through. They've got a bunch of forms you have to fill out. And in time that may be fine. But it's a whole nother thing. So I chose to separate my relationship with them right now into just what they can do for me. I'm sorry to be blunt, but it kind of
No.
is.
No, it's, I want you all to be hard asses and get this stuff done. No more Miss Nice Woman, nice guy. All right?
No,
You
I need
think
it done. Yes,
Yeah, and now, buddy, now, not later.
that's right. That's
Name of my
right,
company
yeah.
is now, not later. .com,
That's
baby.
exactly right. Yeah.
Anyone else got anything? Okay, well, I feel like crying because this will be the last one for a while. Boo. It's really a great part of my day, and hope it is for you all as well. And I'll be dreaming up more crap. I can promise you that during this time frame. I am working on another totally unrelated project also. But I will miss everybody. But please don't hesitate to reach out to me. If it's something you need or a question to ask, you want me to review anything, I'm always happy to do that anytime. You don't have to even think twice about asking me. Happy to do it. So,
And so
Denise,
there's an open invitation to join the cohort again another time.
Absolutely.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Assuming, it's not necessarily up to me. It's part of ECU and grants and all that kind of stuff. I'm just kind of, they claim that we're going to get enough money to go for a couple more years. But it's not in the bank account yet. So I'll believe it when I see it. But the plan is to keep doing what we're doing. And I'd like to expand it a little bit. I'd like to get actually just a few more regions in the state. I like to get people representing different places, like Charlotte, and maybe some more people from Asheville and Western North Carolina, just to kind of mix it up and bring new product ideas, new relationships to the table. That's one thing I'd like to do. And I'll be working with the specialty food people and with the Department of Agriculture. Jack Nails has got, I think he told me he's got 1,600 meat producers that he's on his list or what he deals with. I didn't realize there were that many in the whole state, but apparently there is. So we will probably see growth in that, but most likely the next one will be sometime in January. It looks like. So, all right. Well, I'm going to go cry for a while. So hopefully everyone has a great weekend and a really good holiday season. I'll be buying stuff. My wife yells at me because you can't buy from everybody. I said, well, we'll try. Be looking for those orders. They'll be coming. I'll be sending them in for sure. All right. Thanks,
Great to
everybody.
get to
We'll
know
see you
everybody.
soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Be
Thank
healthy.
you.